Thank you for those of you who are here for being here. Um, w- Once in a generation, a technology emerges that doesn't just change what we can do, it truly changes what we must do. AI for me is certainly that technology. And how we as a country, how India responds in the next few years, will shape not just our own economic trajectory, but our ability to solve problems that matter to over a billion people. For the past several years, the conversation around AI has focused just not on the possibility. What can it do? How powerful could it become? How quickly could it evolve? But we are now at an inflection point. The conversation has fundamentally shifted from possibility to practicality, from experimentation to adoption, and from pilots to scaled impact. This shift matters, and it matters tremendously because technology creates value only when it is applied to solve real world problems responsibly and at scale. So, what does this moment mean for India? It means India has the opportunity to become one of the world's most consequential environments for the application of AI, not just as a builder of the technology, but as a place where AI is tested against real world complexity and made to work at scale. Our context as a country is demanding. Systems here must work across multiple languages, across urban and rural settings, and across populations with very different levels of access, need, data quality, and infrastructure. That raises the bar, but it also makes success meaningful. We already see what this looks like in practice. In education, AI can support learning outcomes in local languages and help address teachers' shortages across skill mismatches. In healthcare, it can enable earlier disease screening and strengthen rural care, especially where access is limited. And in public services, it can help build smarter, safer infrastructure and reduce leakages in welfare delivery. Which brings me to India's strengths and why I believe India is well placed today to take advantage of all of this. Let me just highlight a few that matter most and have been highlighted by many. One of the most significant is our experience with DPI. UPI today processes over 20 billion transactions every month and has transformed how individuals and businesses participate in the digital economy. It has demonstrated that technology can scale rapidly when it is accessible, reliable, and most importantly, inclusive. India also has one of the largest and fastest growing pools of AI talent in the world. We are truly the AI and talent destination of the world. Approximately 650,000 professionals in India work in AI related roles today, and this number will double by 2027. This talent brings not only technical capability, but importantly, practical experience in applying technology in complex real world environments. Equally importantly, many of the foundations to build out this talent are already in place. Government initiatives to train 10 million young people in AI, along with industry partnerships with universities, are expanding access to practical, job ready training. Curricula is evolving, and people are giving opportunities as apprenticeships to get exposure to real world applications. This capability is reinforced by a vibrant innovation ecosystem. India is home, as many of us know, to the world's third largest technology startup base, including more than 4,000 startups in the deep tech and AI space. Together, these companies are helping translate technological capability into practical, real world applications. We are already seeing what this looks like on the ground. In agriculture, for example, farmers across Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana, AP, and Punjab are using AI systems trained on satellite imagery and local crop data. These systems provide early pest alerts and in some regions have reduced crop losses by nearly 25%. In small commerce, artisans in Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, and UP are using AI related platforms connected to open networks. Products are automatically cataloged, descriptions translated across languages, prices optimized, and logistics coordinated. allowing small sellers to reach markets that were once out of reach. And we are also seeing deliberate investments in the future. National initiatives are expanding access to compute infrastructure and building capacity across the AI stack in our country. At the same time, and equally importantly, we as a country are taking a very pragmatic approach to governance, putting early guardrails in place, but balancing accountability with innovation so AI can scale safely and with confidence. All of this lays a strong foundation for India to lead in the AI era. But there is one more factor that I believe positions us as a country uniquely: our long engagement with global enterprises. Today, the constraint, as many have said, is not access to technology. The real world begins when AI is introduced into large, real world organizations. In those environments, technology has evolved over many years. Application landscapes are complex, data is fragmented, workflows are siloed, processes vary across geography, business units, and regulatory regimes. Decision making is rarely uniform. Making AI work in this environment means modernizing legacy architectures. It means curating and labeling data to create highly specialized context aware models. It means orchestrating across agents in ways that are reliable and secure. And it means earning confidence of security teams, risk leaders, regulators, and critically, the people who are expected to use these systems every day. This is where a more practical pattern has emerged in enterprises. Models designed for specific processes or decisions tend to deliver the most reliable results. When AI is closely aligned to a defined workflow, it becomes more predictable, easier to govern, and more effective over time. What enterprises need today is not a model that does everything, but models that do the right thing consistently inside how work actually happens. But technology alignment alone is not enough. For these systems to deliver value in organizations, organizations themselves will have to invest in change, taking people truly along, helping them adapt to new ways of working, redesigning roles and decision making, and building confidence in how AI is used. That includes reskilling people, reskilling teams to work effectively with AI tools so that they understand the outputs and exercise judgment where it matters most. When models are well aligned to workflows and people are supported through the transition, AI becomes just not deployable, but it becomes sustainable at scale. And that plays directly to India's strengths. We have decades of experience working inside complex enterprises, helping them modernize systems, manage risk, and take people along through this change. And that works in environments like these is not just deployable, it is resilient, responsible, and truly scalable. The same dynamics that determine success inside organizations will also shape how countries navigate this moment. As we look ahead, India's advantage in AI will not be defined only by the size of our models or the scale of our infrastructure. It will be defined by the choices we make about where we apply AI, how we diffuse it, how responsibly is it deployed, and whether we can translate capability into real impact for governments, citizens, and enterprises. India's advantage will come from developing talent at scale, not just people trained on AI, but people who can apply it with context, judgment, and an ability to adapt to change. That is why AI fluency must extend beyond engineers to teachers, to nurses, to administrators, to supervisors, to small business owners, among everyone else. The dividing line will not be human versus machine. It will truly be between those who adapt and those who hesitate to adapt. Technology shifts inevitably create uncertainty, but for countries that act decisively, they also create opportunity. India has embraced such shifts in the past, and I believe we are really well positioned to do so again. I want to close by sharing a personal story from the work of the Azim Premji Foundation, which is also the majority shareholder of our company, Wipro. India sees 2.7 million tuberculosis cases every year, making it one of the country's most serious public health challenges. Early detection is essential, but confirming TB often requires patients to travel to distant public hospitals for sputum or molecular tests. For many, the real barrier is not medical capability, but it is access. To address this, our foundation is running a pilot in a rural community in Tamil Nadu. Community health workers carry portable X-ray devices directly to people's homes. AI analyzes the X-rays instantly and identifies signs consistent with TB, enabling that early screening and faster referral without requiring patients to travel. If successful, this approach can help detect TB earlier and extend the reach of healthcare into communities that need it most. With a national doctor to population ratio of roughly 1:800 and even deeper shortages in rural India, AI does not replace care, it multiplies scarce expertise infinitely. The same last mile challenges exist across other countries in continents of Asia, Africa, and Latin America, home to more than 4 billion people. Solutions that work here in India at scale, low cost, multilingual, and resilient, can travel far beyond our own borders. If we can do that, India's contribution can be vast, not just in building AI, but in applying it to solve problems for enterprises, for our own country, and for the world at large, thoughtfully, inclusively, and with impact at scale. Thank you for listening to me.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.